at those difficult times of marginalization, as you say, do you dislike Thabo Mbeki?
Not as a person, you know. Like everybody in the South.
But you're not friends, certainly.
Certainly we don't drink together, anything. We've had lots of disagreements, you know. I in particular, I didn't like how he managed the whole discussion on economy. It created precedences, and which we're still reaping today. Some people think that it is okay for government to just steam ahead and without any consultation, and it's because of that legacy and of dismissive attitude, questioning the bona fide, at the slightest provocation, asking you where were you yesterday, your child, and that type of politics.
But you were glad to see the back of him.
Certainly, I must say so. I must be honest with you. In 2007. And when he was shown the door in terms of the leadership of the ANC, yes, I was glad, because I thought that was offering us a new opportunity to begin afresh, rebuild a relationship on the basis of respect for one another, willingness to accept that people are people. An organization is an organization. It can't be, an organization of just one view. It has to be dynamic, and when those dynamics happen, you don't have to show so much disrespect and intolerance of other people's views to the point that you will then want to create a wall of psychopaths around you to defend you and to attack other people on your behalf. And I didn't like that type of politics, honestly.
Did you help to engineer his exit?
Yes, to be honest, because I was from COSATU point of view. Look, we said certain things in the Congress. For the first time, we have to break all protocols of the alliance by discussing what is our preferred leaders of the ANC, and by working with groupings in the ANC, and to make sure that the preferred candidates gain ground in popularity, exposing them in all our structures, and making sure that we create the necessary steam of a movement towards a particular direction. Yes, I participated in that. I think that everybody knows. And so I can never say now, no, I didn't do that. I did.
Let's talk about your own future ambitions. I mean, you've served 10 years now as Secretary General. You've already said that you will not be serving a second term and will step down September 2012. But you've also indicated that you would like to be in the top 6 of the ANC come the next conference. What is it you hope to achieve there?
No, I didn't say I want to be in the top 6. I said that I will make myself available for leadership structures of both the ANC and the SACP.
There is a possibility that you might end up in government. Do you want to be ANC president?
No, I've not said though. I'm far too young, and I still have to reach 50.
Do you want to be president of the country at some stage?
No, I don't want to be president of the country. I want to hopefully die serving workers and the poor. When I stop being the General Secretary, I hope that I will find a job in an institution created by the trade union movement, such as the Chris Hani Brigade, Naledi, and others, and continue to serve. And that's my ambition, honestly.
If people approach you in 2012 and say, you have represented the interests of the workers, we want you in a senior leadership position where you will be able to affect those programs in government.
In government?
Yes.
I will need massive persuasion to do that. Look, I've refused so far. Yes. Let me tell you, I've refused not because I think that it is bad as a matter of principle to be in government. And there's nothing that says it is okay, and therefore it is to be independent by being in government or not being in government. Independence comes from your thoughts, the willingness to think independently and to fight for your views. Whether you are in government or you are outside government, it doesn't matter.
but you would be open to persuasion?
No, I've refused so far. Look, I've been persuaded. I have refused.
Okay, let's say categorically, the role of president is not something that you see within your sights.
No.
Ever?
No, never.
I know lots of people who have said, if the people want me to stand for president, then I cannot say no. So once he's in the ANC National Executive Committee, I think he's expecting or wanting the people to say, oh, Mr. Vavi, we cannot live without you being president of South Africa. Then he'll immediately jump up and say, you've heard the people, they've said I must be president, so I'm going to stand for president.
Let's talk a bit about your family. We're in your beautiful home here today. We've seen your children, clearly very committed family man. As you said, you were close to your siblings as well. But this is your second marriage after what was a very highly publicized adulterous affair. Do you have any regrets about that time?
For having fallen in love with my wife? No, I don't, honestly. And no, I don't. It was terrible in the time. I think I opened myself up for massive attack from the enemies. But I don't regret that I fell in love with my wife. And I think that is the best thing that happened to me. I guess that the energy and the creativity that I have is informed by the very strong political support that I get from my wife. My wife was an activist of the teachers' union, and she knows exactly what is happening in the political world. And she serves as my advisor when I think that on some points I'm stuck in terms of how we should move forward tactically. And she's a very loving person, and we've created a family, a great home for our kids, and I think that I don't regret that. No, I don't.
Were you embarrassed, though, that those details were leaked to the media?
Very embarrassed by that particular saga, and it was absolutely awful. You don't know what it meant practically. I remember that every Saturday night, midnight, I will go to the website of the City Press, which is where the source of the stories were coming from. And we will look at what will be the salvo the next morning. And to prepare ourselves psychologically. 12 o'clock would mean that we're still not sleeping because we knew that another installment is coming. It was absolutely awful. And if there were something that I will regret is that type of a publicity.
Finally, we saw some of your children, big family. What values are you instilling in your children?
Same as my father and my mother's. Respect the elderly. Know what you want in the world. Pursue those dreams, and dedication and self-motivation. I'm not always there for my kids. I'm an absentee father. Sometimes I know that they do say so, that this fellow prefers his work than us, and on difficult moments of their own life. But I hope that one day they will appreciate that I did the best that I can to build a home and family for them, and that so that they can knit into a broader community. I know that the best and the most important unit in society is your family. When it seemed that everybody was deserting me in the time when I was facing all these allegations of adultery and credit card, I knew that only my family will be there until the end. But fortunately for me, it was not my family that saved me. It was other comrades in the movement. But I know when you have to go to the press conference and addressing it with your wife, that's when everybody have deserted you. And when your kids only take you to certain places and you have no more friends, you know that how important the family is to you. So I never make a mistake. I go spend every Christmas religiously with my brothers and sisters in the Eastern Cape. And because I know that's what my father will have liked. When I have something, I know that I must share, because my father used to celebrate a gift of a handkerchief if you give it to your sibling. And he will talk about that for ages. And because he encouraged that we must be a unit. I want my kids to be a unit and to learn from my parents in terms of how they did that. Yeah.
So how much influence will Vavi and COSATU have when the ANC elects its leaders in 2 years' time? We'll find out when we talk to E-News political reporter Hajra Omarji in just a moment. We'll also be live at the Johannesburg Stadium throughout the day as COSATU celebrates its 25th anniversary. Stay with the E-News channel.